Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer. This is Ralph Phillips. Got some good news today. Much better than the news we've been getting. Let me see. Last time it was Shaq Barrett is being released. Not released yet, but they announced he's on his way out. And before that, it was Ryan Jensen being released. Felt like the wheels were falling off the car. But good news today. Mike Evans has re-signed with the Buccaneers. 2-year deal. 2 years. Fair contract. Hey, what's up, Rampage? Yes, it's a 2-year deal. $52 million. 35 of it's guaranteed. Which really is about what we expected. What's it, about $26 million a year? I mean, I don't think the details will come out exactly, but I mean, 35 guaranteed. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's kind of what we're looking at. Baker Mayfield somewhere in that area too. What's up, Molly? It's got great legs. Yeah. Hey, Kate. Kate Joe, what's up? Great news. Yes, very excited about it. Very excited about it. You talking about my shirt? I didn't even realize what I was wearing. Yes, so that makes Mike is now being paid about where he needs to be. He's currently the 4th highest paid receiver, which I don't have a problem with that. I think he's a good receiver. Good stuff for him, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. So that really puts the Baker Mayfield signing. It's almost a lock now, I would think. Apparently, there's a lot of people out there that wanted to sign Mike. Molly read me a list. It was like 7 different teams that were in the running for him. I heard today that there's a couple teams in the running for Baker Mayfield right now. But I think with this re-signing of Mike Evans, that's definitely going to encourage Mayfield to come back. I think it's pretty much a shoe-in. It's trash season now. Now, Kate really likes Mayfield. So I hope they lock it up just so that she'll be happy. Molly says she saw a tweet that Baker's signing was imminent, but she doesn't know how reputable the source was. Well, from what I understood, just hearing all the whispers and stuff, they were trying to get him as a package deal, 1-2 punch, and we should expect to hear Baker being signed soon, probably within the next day or two. Now, free agency starts next Wednesday at 4 p.m. But technically it starts next Wednesday, but it really starts Monday about noon. That's the legal tampering period. That's when you start hearing all the stuff that this person has agreed to sign with them and all that good stuff. So it actually starts Monday. So we're getting in a little early, which is good. I was sweating Mike testing free agency. I really was. I wanted him back. I know there was a period this year where I was like, that was, we lost 7 games in a row. I was ready to fire everybody. That happens. You get discouraged. But, with Mike Evans, yes, he is getting old. But he hasn't slowed down at all. I mean, he was never fast to begin with. But his production has still been good. And so it's hard to get rid of a guy that you go, well, he might be bad next year. He might not be as good or whatever, man. Mike's thing's never been his speed. It's his fighting out there. He gets out there and he beats those guys. He throws them to the ground, jumps up, catches the ball, all that good stuff. Kate's looking for a long contract with Bake. I'm happy right now. I'm happy. I wish we could keep Shaq, but there's still a possibility we could do something with that. But keeping Mike, that was a big deal. I'm very happy for it. Like I said, it makes him the 4th highest paid wide receiver right now. But that's currently, those numbers are going to change, once free agency wraps up and all that good stuff. Good chance. It's almost a given, and we talked about this at the end of the season, but Russell Gage is probably gone. And that's almost, especially with re-signing Mike. Russell got in 2020, he got a $30 million contract, or 2022. $30 million contract with $20 million guaranteed. He didn't really do a whole lot with that. You know, he's been hurt ever since he's been here, pretty much. I mean, I like the guy, did good, but that'll clear almost about $6.5 million in cap space for us. So if we're going to cut Shaq Barrett for $5 million, you can bet we're going to cut Russell Gage for $6.5 million. That's what I was thinking. Rampage. They'll probably try to match up their contracts, give them 2 years apiece. I think Mayfield's. He seems pretty stable. He's definitely not a elite quarterback, but he brings those intangibles that I like. It'd be interesting to see if he can keep it up this year. But with Mike Evans will make any quarterback look good. That's like his shtick. You just throw the ball up somewhere in his vicinity, and he's going to fight for it. Then again, you see sometimes you throw it right in his hand, he's going to drop it. He's going to have his drops. But I'm very happy with it. I'm glad to see everybody else is happy with it. Mr. Robinson and Al Bundy probably won't be. I think they were looking forward to clearing lots of space. Kirk Cousins on a 1-year deal. I don't think he would take a 1-year deal, to be honest. I don't know, though. I don't know what's going on with him. Keep Baker, Winfield, Evans, and our kicker. Get rid of everybody else. We got to do something with Wirfs, too. But that's not – we don't have to rush into that. We've got all year to do that one. Worthy at 26.5, 4.21 speed in the slot. Is that what he ran at the combine? Dang. That's pretty good. That's somebody else I should look into. I've got all these names you guys have been throwing at me, and I got them all spread out. I've got to make a master list. I'm gonna put Worthy on the list. Actually, I'm just gonna write him down somewhere, and then when I make my master list, I hope I can find it. Draft. Wide receiver. Worthy. Where's he from? Rampage. What's up, MK? Oh, I know, Joe. This has been the first time in forever. Hey, Mr. Bundy. We missed you last week. Yeah, Joe, for the first time in forever, the Bucs have having to deal with cap issues. But, we won a Super Bowl by going all out, man. It was worth it. Texas Longhorns? Okay, gotcha. I got to get that list together. I've been gathering up game film on some of these guys. I'm telling you, man, it's hard. You get the highlights, people will make highlights of stuff, and then I'll contact guys. I'll be like, hey, where'd you get that All-22 from and stuff? College All-22 is just so weird, man. So weird to get. Because they got all the conferences and they do everything different. Al Bundy has entered the chat. Winfield will be tagged tomorrow, you think, huh? Got to do it before I had the list of the dates. Here we go. Let me see. Franchise free agency starts Monday. Well, technically it starts Wednesday, but the legal tampering period is Monday. Monday at noon. Let me see. Free agency sign-up period begins. It officially begins March 13th. That's when we can start doing the signings. March 5th. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow's the deadline for franchise, for transition designations. Good call there. Good call, Rampage. Adonai Mitchell. I'll write him down too. He's a Longhorn. What's my list? This is like work. I've got so many notes that I got to get together. I don't know. So I can't even find where I just wrote down these information. Yeah. I cracked myself up, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna write it down here. Look, that's two separate notes I've had to write down. Draft. Okay. Adonai Mitchell. Yeah, Al, how you feeling, man? How you like the re-signing Mike? Yes, tampering is legal. Starting Monday at noon. They give him a couple days to work things up. What's up, Lawrence? He thought maybe the Panthers poached us. Yeah, we're all Panther fans now, man. They threw a bunch of money at us. Oh, that reminds me. Yesterday at Walmart, I saw a guy wearing a Panthers jersey. I was going to run up to him and try to talk to him, but he was walking out as I was going in, and I was like 30 feet away. And he got to his car. I was like, man, I found a Panthers fan in the wild. Dak Prescott's going to get $60 million. Oh my gosh! I need a trapper keeper. I know. Okay, dude. I have been doing. I call it my infinite to-do list. I started it when I was 20. I had a mentor who he always kept a index card in his front pocket, and he called it his infinite to-do list because he would. When that index card got filled up, he would just transfer everything he hadn't done to the next one. So he'd been doing this for years. So I started doing that. And then I got into the day planners, So I had those. I used one of those for about 6 years. And then I got a little, this was in the mid-90s, I got a little electronic Casio planner, and I used that for a couple years. And but I'm a huge list guy, man. I gotta write everything down. If I don't, I forget it, and it clears up my mind. If I don't write stuff down, it'll fester in there, and I just go, what was I supposed to do? Oh my gosh! But yeah, I've got a very complex to-do list. I use the Todoist app. I follow the GTD system, getting things done. I just started implementing the PARA method, which I really like that. That doesn't even touch my file system. My file system is insane. I actually have a list of lists. Molly cracks up on that. I keep a list of where all my lists are at. You think it's unlikely with Mike signing that we get Adonai? That's a cool name, Adonai. Quentin Mitchell, Gabriel Murphy, Miles Cole, Smith. Okay. I got to write all those down. Let me do this. Let me write all that down. I probably got a lot of those written down already, but Quentin Mitchell, Gabrielle Murphy. That reminds me and my daughter watched Clueless the other night. Remember that movie from the 90s? Because I was telling her, she reminds me of a Valley Girl. She was like, what's a Valley Girl? So I was telling her about that movie. She was like, let's watch it. As soon as she wasn't even 5 minutes in, she said, I am so much like that blonde girl. I was like, yes, you are very much. She's the best. Miles Cole. Mason Smith with 2 A's. Aaron, is that how you pronounce it? May-A-san. Fabian. I love some of these football players' names. I think my favorite football player's name was, oh gosh, what was his name? Molly, Ferocious for. Eric Watts. Goodness, you got a list there, don't you? Cedric Gray, Peyton Wilson, James Williams. Yeah, I freaked out, Rampage, when I saw that Panthers guy. I was so excited. I was going to go talk to him and be like, what do you think about Dave Canales so far? Can't believe you poached my guys. Molly's brother is a Panthers fan, and we talked about it. They came for my daughter's birthday, and he was asking me about Dave Canales and everything. So I told him the guy sucks. Say he's horrible. He's a horrible people person. He's going to ruin your organization. Oh yeah, Joe, you're a list maker too? Yeah, I can't do any project if it's more than 2 steps. I got to sit down. I have like an actual routine I go through with any project, and I try to break it up into 5-minute steps, because especially having kids, you don't get big blocks of time. I'm lucky if I can get 5 or 10 minutes. So, I'll try to get stuff done. I'll look at my list and be like, okay, I got 5 minutes. What can I do in 5 minutes? Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon. Wide receiver, edge defend. Edge, definitely. Definitely need edge. We got to get some pressure, man. We got to get some pressure. Our whole defense is predicated on that pressure up front, man. We just ain't doing it. To do it. Is that what I said? To do it. Freudian slip there. Mr. Robinson, how's it going? No, I did not. I did see, I think it was you, David. You had said right as soon as I closed the chat, you said, because we were talking about whether we should do the chat at 6, started at 6 or 7, and 6 o'clock won out in the poll. And then you said, well, why not compromise, do 6:30? And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So that's what I was going to do today, but I was too excited to get on here. So I think we're going to do 6:30. Queen Young. Okay, all those guys are new. That's true. I think Levante's going to come back for another year, though. Melise Luofa. Wow. Man. Let me write these guys down. I will never remember that. Mo Kamara. Melise. Y'all been following any mock drafts or anything? What is everybody saying that the Bucs are going to get? Yeah, from the way Levante is talking, he's wanting to come back, and he's not going to go anywhere else. which is just crazy to me. I mean, what would we pay him, $4 million next year? That's like him and Baker Mayfield both. They both balled out for basically chump change in the NFL. Merciless. Yes, Merciless. That was the coolest football name in the world. Merciless. He's inside linebacker. Luafa. What's up, Peter Scott? Oh, that's Gotti. What's up, Gotti? You know, you commented on something the other day, and I was like, is that Peter Scott from Pewter Report? That's funny. Yeah, they're going to tag Winfield tomorrow. Tomorrow's the deadline for tagging Winfield. Yeah, we got to wait for free agency before we know what we really need. $20 million a year? Whoa, that's too much. Grant Stewart. I think that would make him the best paid safety in the league. Yeah. See, I'm a big fan of incentives. You know, Baker Mayfield earned quite a few $1 million from incentives this year. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need a wide receiver. Not early in the draft anyhow. They're going to draft me as a center. I had to put on some weight, man. Who is the best center available, David? DeCamarion Richardson? Wow, these names are killing me. I like the MAA song. So, Broncos are going to release Russell Wilson. That was announced today, too. It's your boy Gotti. What's up, Raul Springer? Fire the cannons. Yes, sir. We got our boy Mike Evans back. I don't know anybody that's upset about that. I was anxious to see what Al would say. I know he was kind of like, man, but I'm not a big fan of mock drafts. I really aren't. Raw fired his cannons when he saw the news. All the girls on the NFL are following him. Daniel Jeremiah. Get my weight up. I know, man. I couldn't. I went roller skating a few weeks ago. And it was like, I used to skate a lot in my younger days. And I was like, I fell down once and I was like, this is kind of scary. You know, all the kids are going by me. I'm all out there old man in it. So. Kool-Aid McKinstry. JPJ or Frazier. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Russell Wilson, I can't see anybody picking him up for the money he's going to want. No, I do not want Russell Wilson. Are there any stud cornerbacks? You know, it's the quarterback position is kind of like the running back position anymore. I don't understand it. You would think cornerbacks, because it's such a pass-happy league, that cornerbacks would be superstars right now. But there's very few. Like cornerbacks that, you know, are even anywhere close to being shutdown cornerbacks. Very strange. It's just not a flashy position, I guess. Wilson said he'd take vet minimal? Really? He's just trying to get a job? Man, what a mess that was at Denver. It's going to be interesting to see if it gets any better, though, with that stinky head coach. You know, the Broncos are paying him anyway. But Russell Wilson had a guaranteed salary he's still getting? That's got to hurt. It's kind of like with the Buccaneers. We guaranteed Russell Gage $20 million. We had to pay him $20 million for what? 5 games? You got 2 sister-in-laws. Congratulations, man. Yeah, I meant to ask you about that. You said you were going to the wedding last weekend. Take vet minimum for spite. Let me look up Russell Wilson's contract. I can't stand websites anymore. Every website you go to, they got to ask you 50 questions. Do you accept these cookie policies? Do you want to be notified? Do you want to be, you got to log in? I just want to read the information. Okay, let me see. He signed a 5-year, $242 $243 million contract, including a $50 million signing bonus, $161 million guaranteed. Oh my gosh. Did they shoot a hole in their boat there or what? An average annual salary of $49 million. What? Okay, so, gosh, man, they've got cap hit. Oof. Eesh. We got a $35 million cap hit this year, a $55 million cap hit next year. Yeah, they're going to be capped. The Broncos are going to be paying this man forever. Wow. But he's got over a $50 million cap hit the Broncos are going to take up until 2029. Whoa. Dang. Whew, man, I don't know, man. What position? See, when I say there's stupid teams out there that will do stuff like that, that's what I'm talking about. Your spiders. Defensive tackle, Lawrence. That's the thing. I don't care if it's a defensive tackle or an edge rusher or whatever. We just got to get push, man. We got to get pressure on the quarterback. Something other than blitzes. I'd like to get a good edge rusher. Yeah, he don't need no more money, Kate. Russell Wilson got a fat $161 million signing or a guaranteed. Gosh, what? I don't know what possesses teams to do stuff like that. It's like Arizona, the Browns. It's just like, man, dude, it's a lot of money. Rampage. I don't prefer either way. I like Shaq Barrett because of his toolbox. He just had so many moves. He was so smart. But I do like the guys that just plow their way back there too. Just as long as they get to the quarterback, I don't care. Donovan Smith, I can't believe he won a Super Bowl. Are there any defensive tackles you're looking at, Lawrence? You got a list? Or somebody you like? Yeah, wouldn't that be funny, Kate? He goes vet mental, wins a Super Bowl somewhere while Denver's still paying him $50 million a year. That's why they can't sign anybody. Yeah, Broncos are, man, they're going to be hurting for a long, long time. Oof. Kirk Cousins? No, Kirk Cousins wants a lot of money, I'm sure. So is he out at the Vikings, or are they saying they're not going to sign him? Defensive tackle with turf toe? Does that ever go away? I don't think it ever does, does it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the mocks are going to change now, because I don't see us getting a wide receiver in the first. You just had a commercial for pizza. That's that artificial intelligence listening in on you, man. You got an Alexa or Google, or you got your phone anywhere nearby? You don't even need that now. They're probably spying at us from satellites. Hey, Mr. Romeo, what's up, man? He snuck in. I didn't see him. Yes, I have been checking out some of the guys. I'm trying to gather up as much all 22 film as I can. It's hard, though. So I figured after the draft, we'll really start diving into the draft picks, because then we'll know more what we need. The Patrick Mahomes derangement syndrome. Yes. PMDS. I like that. Yeah, somebody said that. Was that you, Joe, that said that the other day, that in 3 Super Bowls, of the past 3 Super Bowls, the Chiefs have not had a single holding penalty? I was like, what? Look at MK spitting out the philosophy, man. I'll make that a... Yeah, I've got him. Mo Kamara. Oh, Kirk Cousins to the Falcons. Yeah, ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah, we can pick wide receivers later, even 3rd, 4th rounds. Pick up some guys back there. I don't know. I really haven't started diving in on the draft stuff, so I don't know what this year's draft is heavy on. I agree with you, Bundy. I would do that too if I was the Falcons, but I would rather them not do that. Donovan Smith is just elite. Donovan Smith was good when he would play hard. I saw him battle it out when we played Dallas. Might have even been the 2020 season. He battled it out with an elite defensive end. They fought that whole game. That was really cool to watch. And Donovan stood his ground. But too many times, Donovan would just get too slothful. Carlton Davis, yeah, I think so. I think we're going to keep him at least for the next year. right? Yeah, I think getting rid of him now would just cost us too much. $3 years, 34 million. Yeah, and he hasn't really done anything to deserve getting released or traded or nothing. No, I have not, Tom. Zach Frazier. So I was talking about earlier. I've got these names spread all out, and I got to put them on a master list. Like right now, I'm writing guys down. This is probably my fifth sheet of paper. Smith got a ton of holding calls on touchdowns. Yeah, when he was with the Buccaneers. I've heard that Chop Robinson a lot for us. Plus, that's a cool name. That's a good point, Bundy, with the Falcons. Yeah, because they got a lot of talent. Don't know how Raheem Morris is going to respond, though. But, the problem with both Dean and Davis is that they just injured so much. It's annoying. I mean, Dean was killing it against Detroit, and then he gets hurt, and we get blowed up. Lucas, I don't really know as far as quarterbacks go. I haven't looked at all of them. It's funny because I saw that, who is it? The wide receiver is looking to go first now. Let me see. Let me see. It seems like the quarterbacks are like going, yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr., and then Caleb Williams. And then the next quarterback is Drake May at 5th. I remember at the beginning of the year, it was like quarterback. But I don't have a quarterback that I am attached to at the moment. What about you, Lawrence? Okay, I see what you did there. Donovan will always hold a spot in our hearts. Oh, was there a loud beep? I didn't hear it. You sure it was from me? Zach Frazier. Okay. So we could get Zach Frazier. Well, Whitehead is still, there's a good possibility he comes back. Keon Coleman. I'll write him down. Keon. These names are killing me. Pratt, the mid-round quarterback option. We just do not have very good luck with drafting quarterback. Enos Rakestraw. that sounds like a Key and Peele skit right there. Enos Rakestraw Jr. from Mahogany University. Big body cornerback. Enos Rakestraw. Enos. Jackson Powers Johnson. Do I have Keon? Yeah, I got Keon Coleman on the list. Enos is slow. We need to get Enos and Penix on the team. Yeah. Spencer Rattler. Yeah, definitely. Lawrence, if you can, send me your list. Maybe put it as a comment in the live stream comment section under something, or email me or Twitter me or whatever. Hargraves, man, what a mess that was. Rico Dynamite? No way. Yeah, there's no way we would draft a wide receiver. This is no way, Scott. I would be very frustrated as well. What's the Dukes of Hazzard? Eating Rackstraw. What was that guy's name? Was it Cleta? Cleta. It was the deputy, right? Bring back SMB, Mike Edwards, Whitehead. Hargreaves, no way. So that's where Jeremiah is good at. The night before, huh? Jackson Powers Johnson. I know I've got his name around here somewhere, but I'm going to write it down again. Jackson Powers Johnson. Yes, Romeo. Yeah, send me all the draft stuff you got, man. Drafting a wide receiver is like drafting a kicker. Yeah, I hope we don't go with any small school guard offensive lineman again or some, The deputy's name was actually Enos? Really? Dukes. Hazard cast. Bo Duke, Daisy Duke, Luke Duke. I didn't know that was his name. Luke Duke. Boss Hogg. Jesse, the ballader. Cooter. I remember Cooter. Enos. Yeah, it sure was. Enos. And then there was Cletus. Okay, so there was a Cletus. Lulu Hogg. That's hilarious. Enos. Joe Milton. What's up, Herbeston? Oh, they're going to try and get Antoine. Well, they got a franchise. If they're going to franchise it, they got to do it by tomorrow. Tomorrow is the cutoff. Rakestraw. So they're trying to get him a multi-year deal. We got to get Bake a multi-year deal. Yeah, NFL Draft Buzz. I've got that pulled up. PFF's got good draft him too? Kool-Aid or TJ Tampa for picking for names. Yeah, we're on a names kick here. Just cracks me up with some of these names. Like there's Mason Smith, but it's spelled with two A's. So it's May-A-san. Fabian. Adonai. That's just a cool name. I like that name. Decamarian. But Enos Rakestraw, I think that takes the cake. Lindy's, oh, that's right. You get that magazine delivered, Rampage. 3-year, $60 million deal. Man, that's a lot. That's 20 million. I like him, man, but oof. Is that really that guy's name, Kool-Aid? Got Quincy. This is straight out of Key and Peele. Got Quincy McKinstry. Oh my gosh. Got Quincy. McKinstry. Kool-Aid. That's his nickname. Yeah. Alabama defensive back. Kool-Aid McKinstry. I wonder why they call him Kool-Aid. I like Got Quincy. You should just go with that. Got Quincy McKinstry. Yeah, so the Broncos are cutting Russell Wilson. We talked about that earlier. Rampage, you still get the TV guide delivered? I remember those days, man. I was excited to get the TV guide. Or the Reader's Digest. I used to love the Reader's Digest. There was a guy who used to write in Field and Stream. He did an article in the back. I used to love his writing. He never really talked about anything. He just told stories. I need to look up, see who that guy was. See if he's still alive. Nate Wiggins. Nate. Did anybody else hear that loud noise? What'd you say it was, Kate? A bell or something? Penix's best name, I know. There's gonna be so much. I can't wait to hear Chris Collinsworth say his name. He's gonna say it with pizzazz. Penix. I really like the Penix. Romeo, you're gonna go to the Dolphins if we pick a quarterback with 4.5 or higher. I don't know what Bowles' deal is with the secondary. I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, Bundy, I changed my stream to 30 frames per second, so if it's still lagging, then it's not me. If you're just having internet issues, I'm shooting out low bandwidth, man. Yeah, got Worthy on the list, Scott. Not before the third round? Yeah, we don't need a wide receiver in the first or second round, I don't think. Yeah, Joe, we're going to draft a guard from Southern Idaho Technical College. You think I'm joking? Light would probably do it though. Like, we can make him into something. Cooper, oh yeah, I remember when I was talking about him. And surprised me that there was a white cornerback in the league already. Got to know when Miami Vice is coming on. Oh, man. Good old Miami Vice. Did you ever see that movie with Don Johnson and... Oh, my gosh. He played... It was got Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. It was the campiest movie. Came out in 1991. It had Don Johnson, Mickey Rourke. Yeah, Mickey Rourke before he got all messed up. Chelsea Field, Tom Sizemore, Daniel Baldwin, Vanessa Williams. But it's a great movie, man. I mean, it's campy as heck, but it is a really good movie. I like it. There's some. It's a good buddy flick. But yeah, Don Johnson, Miami Vice. That's hilarious. Sports Illustrated once a year. Oh, the bikini edition. You don't even want to look at that now, from what I hear. You think Penix will be available in the second round, Lawrence? Man, how the mighty have fallen. Yeah, they got him on the NFL Draft Buzz. They got him at the 13th pick. But yeah, I mean, he could fall. Miss Gerald McCoy, no. What's up, Hopcore? Yeah, that must have been on your end, Kate. That loud noise. Golden Knights starting up, dual screen activated. 17. Yeah, I'm going to try to get off of here in a few minutes. 7:15, 7:30, somewhere in that area. Okay. So the 30 frames per second probably helped out. So I'll just keep it that way. I don't need 60 frames per second. I was just trying to get y'all to see my gloriousness in all of its full detail. High definition, man. Rashid Shaheed. Oh, Tin Cup was a great movie. I love Tin Cup, Joe. We're going to trade up for McCarthy. Why would we have to trade up for him? Michigan quarterback. Jennifer Conley. Oh, yeah. Has she done anything recently? See, I'm falling behind in the chat again. Has anybody seen the new Dune movie? Oh, okay. Yeah, she was in Top Gun Maverick. I don't remember that. Oh, she was in Alita Battle Angel, too. She played Charon. I did not know that either. She was in Spider-Man Homecoming. Wow. Man, she's still working, man. Huh. Interesting. All right, Kate. Have a good one. You're probably already gone. Tackles get all the love, I know, Scott. Phoenix gets injured a lot. Phoenix. I said it. Yeah, you're probably going to do 6:30 MK. Just try to get right in the middle of everybody's schedule. She wasn't the bartender in Top Gun Maverick, was she? Who I let me look at this. She played Penny Benjamin. You gotta see a picture of her. Yeah, what was so sad about that movie was when they had what's his face that played Iceman in the original one. They had him as like a colonel or something in this one, but he was all messed up because he's had throat cancer in real life, and they had that scarf around him, and they actually had to overdub his voice, I think. But it was sad. Like, why do they do that? Now I'm getting a bunch of red carpet pictures. Oh. I wouldn't want to be more rich than Elon Musk. I would quit way before the. I don't want all that trouble, man. So you saw Dune, Raw? Cool. Molly really liked the first one, so we'll probably see the second one too. Gosh, you think Phoenix would fall to round 4? The new Dune, Scott. The part 2 of the new one. Original, I thought the original was great. The Sting. That was such a creepy movie, man. David Fincher directed it. I think it was one of his first directorial movies. She was the one. She was the bartender. Man, I didn't even catch that. Maybe I did. I just don't remember it. There's something in that corn. Cornbread fed. Huh. So y'all thinking we got a good shot at getting the Phoenix, huh? Is anyone scared of the dark? No, I'm not. Although I had an incident when I was like 7 years old. People always talk about extraterrestrials and stuff like that. I've had quite a few experiences that you could say were extraterrestrial in origin or whatever. But I had a Spider-Man, or was it Captain America? I can't remember. But it was a little dude on a parachute, and you throw it out the window on like a second story, and it would unfold and drift down. I was doing this at like midnight because my sister had a room over the garage and she was gone. So I was up there goofing off. And we had a row of trees dividing our property from the property next door. It was this old 100-year-old dilapidated house. And they had just widened the main road and they put in all these streetlights. So anyhow, I was throwing these parachute guys out, and one of them got stuck in one of those trees. And I went out there and I went in the garage and grabbed a rake, and I go out there and I'm like trying to get that parachute guy out of the tree. And I start hearing this sound. It was like, and it started off real softly, but then it started getting louder and everything. And I'm sitting there holding this rake, and I look over, and it's like dark outside. It's like midnight. I'm like 7 or 8. And I look over, and it's kind of a little foggy, but there was these street lights on the main road that were kind of shining down. And there was these two humanoid-like creatures with tapered legs, tapered arms, and no neck. It was like they were wearing a helmet, but I couldn't see. All it was a silhouette because the light was behind them. And they were bouncing back and forth like a pendulum, but never touching the ground. And every time they would go like this, it would make this sound. So it was like, ch, 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 ch. And I froze. I was just like, and they were getting closer and closer. And we had this hedge that separated the backyard from that property. And that hedge was probably about 10 foot tall. And they got up to that hedge, and I saw they were taller than that hedge. And I freaked out. I ran inside, left the rake hanging there. It was still hanging from the tree when I came back the next day. And I ran upstairs and I laid down under the window, just like as tight as I could. And I was scared to look out. I was freaked out. So that's my scared of the dark alien story. One of the very many alien stories I have, or weird stories like that. To this day, I never know what that was, and I regretted it. I've done some really stupid stuff, like heard noises, and I go and investigate, because to this day, I don't know what those things were, and I regret that I didn't stay to find out what they were. So now, anytime something weird happens, I've got to go investigate. I used to freak my friends out with that. How I would just be like, man, I got to go find out what this is. Was I on Grandma's cough syrup? No, I was not. Yeah, if Baker resigns, why would we take a quarterback? I think that would be kind of a slap in the face to him, too. He's turning 24 in May. He's an old coot. What's he been doing? Yeah, but I mean, don't you think that would be, if we pick up a quarterback after signing Baker, especially if we only sign him for like a 2-year deal? Wouldn't that be like a slap in his face? J.J. McCarthy? I got Molly one of these Bruce Arians hats for Christmas, and it's too small. She got a big head. It's too small for me, but I'm like twice as big as she is. And I even asked her before I bought it. I was like, oh, what size hat do you wear? She's like, small. I should have known better. Maybe it's all that hair. It's going to be interesting to see what the Patriots do. Yeah. Yeah, they got a whole new culture coming in there. Whole new way of doing things for the first time in what, almost a quarter of a century. Watch New England sign Russell Wilson. That would be interesting, Scott. Yeah, Kate was saying he said Russell Wilson said he'll take vet minimum. He don't care because he's getting paid so much money from Broncos. God, why would they do that? I mean, yeah. Teams sometimes I just get amazed at some of the decisions they make. Well, this is pretty much our last year of salary cap issues. And it's actually, we got relieved somewhat because they bumped the cap up more than everybody expected. So we're not in that bad a shape. We just really had one bad year. I heard about that, Romeo. I didn't see it. Brady ran the 40 and ran it faster at 46 and did it 22. That's amazing if it's true. But then again, he was really bad-bodied when he was in the draft. A 5'1". God, what he run it when he was drafted? That's slow. Joe says when we pay the cap off, let's get Brady again. We're going to have to beat out, was it Fox Sports? Who is it he signed with? NBC, CBS, Fox Sports? Okay, it's Fox. And you know what stakes is announcer I like used to be the tight end, Greg Olson, who just completely shocked me at how good of an announcer he was right out of the gate. You know, he became Fox's number one announcer. But now that Tom Brady's coming in, they bumped him down. He was like, hey, I knew it was going to happen. He had to take a salary cut, all kinds of stuff. He was like, it sucks, but he knew what he signed up for. Yeah, right. That's how I feel, Bundy. It was like, man, he must have really been bad at 22. 5.28 as a rookie. No wonder he fell so far. Yeah. I'm not saying we're doing great, but we're not doing too bad as far as the cap is concerned. You know, it's not like we're up against it like we were last year. We can sign people to multi-year contracts now. That's about. Vita ran a 5.1. He was faster than Tom Brady. That's funny. Yeah, well, you know, with the Wirfs situation, we're not in a rush to do it. So I think we can get everybody else taken care of and then fit Wirfs in. Who all thinks we're going to franchise Winfield tomorrow or before the deadline? Or do you think we're going to sign him to a long-term deal? Oh, my email's working now. You can send it to Ralph at BuccaneersObserver.com. Tom. I'm pretty sure it's working. I hope so. If it bounces back or anything, let me know and I'll make sure. I had some server issues. I got it straightened out. It's crazy how fast the 70 million plus cap just vanishes for us. Yeah. But I tell you, the Buccaneers are really good at cap stuff, but getting Antonio Brown and Gronk and Tom Brady, that really threw a wrench in our normal, very good cap procedures. We don't have room for Baker unless we put off or move cap hits to future years. Baker takes an extremely friendly deal, and then we can still only get him for 1 year. Joe thinks we're going to franchise Winfield. Rampage thinks a long-term deal is going to get done. That's how I feel too, Al. I think he's going to get tagged tomorrow. No, I don't have Gmail or Yahoo. I don't like them reading my emails. I like to control my own stuff. Vita had that 300 pounds forward momentum going. Yeah, Vita's fast. He's deceptively fast. He used to be. He hasn't been for the past couple of years. He used to run guys down from behind. I haven't seen him do that forever. Past 2 years. This year, he looked really gassed a lot. I think his conditioning has gone downhill. I saw a lot in the mic'd ups. He'd be sitting on the bench just, having a hard time breathing. Like, I thought I did that already. Typed in the email. Yeah, scroll up. I typed it in. So we got to tag him, right, Joe? We can't let him hit. Well, this is a 5th-year option for him, right? We're trying to get him in on. Did we sign him? I don't know. He wasn't even a first rounder, was he? Yeah, there's a few people looking for Baker right now. I saw a couple teams were putting the feelers out for him. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to wrap this up here in a few minutes. I'm getting hungry. Molly's making hamburgers. Oh, so he is a free agent. Okay. Yep, tag him up. What has he made to date? He's made $8 million, $8.6 million. Winfield has. Those days are gone. And we had him cheap for a long time, didn't we? The Callisters, man, see, now you're making me hungry. Yeah, I don't think we can compete with that either. $30 million a year for Baker Mayfield. Mm-hmm. Them. Yeah. Yeah, I just saw something today. I can't remember what team it was. There was two teams I saw that were interested in Baker Mayfield. Blah, blah, blah. The Patriots. The Vikings. What about the Falcons? Well, wouldn't that piss you off? Wouldn't that be something? He goes to the Patriots. I'd like to see Trask get a couple games under his belt, with the starters before I could say he sucks. You just never know. Some guys just, they play different once they get out there under the spotlight. I've seen it happen so many times. Some guys are really good at practice, and then once they get out there, the big moment comes up, they blow a gasket. And the guys who are so-so at practice, when those lights flip on, man, they go out there and ball. You just never know. You never know. Falcons, Pats, and Vikings. Yeah, that's what I saw too. Anybody but the Falcons. Don't want that. A 2-quarterback project? Wow, that'd be interesting. Yeah, it's going to be. Nobody's talked about Devin White yet because we got so much other stuff going on, but it's going to be interesting to see where he lands. And he's not going to get. He really shot himself in the foot. And he's not going to get the contract he wanted. Unless he does a 1-year prove-it deal somewhere and they offer him something later. Yeah, I can't stay. I was talking about that with Molly today. Just about how many players I've seen leave the Buccaneers, go play somewhere else, and win Super Bowls. You're just like, God, I'm sick of it happening. I don't want it to happen anymore. Donovan Smith. Perfect example. Trask as a Brady 2.0. Yeah, that's going to happen. You think Baker's going to the Chiefs for real? Why would he do that? You know he ain't going to be a starter there. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of confidence in Trask. I mean, he seemed all right. But that offense definitely did not suit him well. But, I before I make a decision, I'd like to see him play with the starters in a real game at least once. But we probably never will. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here and get something to eat. We've got franchise deadline is tomorrow, so I might jump on tomorrow if we tag Winfield. Don't know. But just keep your eye out. Like I said, I haven't set up a schedule yet. I'm still trying to get other projects knocked out. But just keep an eye out. We're definitely going to try to do Mondays at 6:30. But if you can, just hit that bell. I think it'll notify you when I jump on, right? I don't know. Y'all know how to do this. He's going to go compete with Mahomes. All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed evening, man. And if anything pops up this week, I'll jump back on. But until next time, go Bucks. I'm real happy about the Mike Evans thing, by the way, in case you didn't know. If you didn't come in at the beginning, I was real happy about it. So, anyhow, until next time, go Bucks.